Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi. Hello. And our energy mantra for today is I find the balance between above and below. and oof. So, today's astro definitely has some challenge in it. We have the moon shifting into Scorpio relatively early in the morning, depending where you live, 6:14 a.m. Pacific time. And this moon in Scorpio is enacting T-squares between the fixed signs. So this means that we are amplifying our squares between Taurus and Aquarius with some Scorpio energy. And I really feel a lot of layers in this. Scorpio reminds us not to be afraid to go to the dark side. I always see that in this card. It's like, oh, there's so much light in there, but we got to take that adventure. We need to adventure into the unknown, into the darkness, into our shadows, into the pain, into whatever is showing up. So I'm really feeling that with this energy. And I think that this is ultimately going to support us in moving forward. Oh my gosh, how many times have I gotten this card, right? The postponement card, it's like the vision. How many times have I gotten this card? The vision is there, and yet it hasn't come about yet. And my feeling is this Scorpio energy can help us shift. Now, this Scorpio energy, as I'm seeing it, and these fixed signs, which can be like stuck, rooted in the ground, is almost like, okay, we have to look at the shadows around our resistance, the shadows around our fears. Scorpio energy definitely can tune us into root chakra stuff, survival stuff, fear stuff. So we have to look into that, look into those energies to be able to release that resistance in order to help us be in that flow energy. So that being said, it's not always fun going into that adventure, going into that darker place of fears, and yet I think it's important for part of this, these shifts, this change that we're going through. So as the moon moves through, it will be squaring Venus newly in Aquarius, Venus moving past that 0-degree energy, getting a little revved up in there, squaring Saturn. That definitely, this was actually one of the cards that jumped out. This is a Saturn card, the conditioning card. So we'll definitely look at that. And then opposing Uranus and building into more squares and oppositions for tomorrow. So ongoing with these lessons. Moon in Scorpio, squaring Venus newly in Aquarius. So I feel like this, again, re-edifying that message that I had about clearing our energy. I don't know how you guys are doing. I am off camera today because I am, in part, so overwhelmed by all of these Aquarius energies and so overstimulated that sleep has become challenging. Mental energy is so overstimulating. I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like one of those characters that has like the really big brain in Minions. That's the flash I got in my head. So it feels like that, all of this energy. And so part of what we need to be super aware of, and again, going back to my message about Venus and Aquarius, energetic hygiene. The moon in Scorpio specifically, bringing up people's fears, bringing up our personal victim energies potentially, tuning us into survival stuff, bringing up shadow stuff, that being aware of this energy and being ready to clear. Sorry, coming on camera a little bit. Clear with the incense. I'll actually stick that right there to help support this. But that feels really, really important with this. Again, it could also bring up, issues in relationship. It's really interesting because Scorpio energy desires that intimacy, and Aquarius is like, I'm not really sure that I'm ready for that. And so Aquarius is where we kind of pull away. So maybe even facing that kind of energy, whether it's with ourselves or with others. So we have that. That's starting our day. Then we have the moon squaring Saturn. Like I said, this card actually jumped out when I was shuffling along with the Master card. Both of these cards jumped out. So that conditioning energy, Moon in Scorpio, Saturn in Aquarius. Again, we come here with a specific, unique purpose, unique mission, and unique energy. And that Moon in Scorpio energy, we may have to face some of those deep-rooted fears about why we don't want to move forward, or deep-rooted feelings. Scorpio energy is deeply feeling. Even if Aquarius isn't like, hey, feelings, hooray. Scorpio's like, yeah, feelings, let's go there. Scorpio is so real, you know? And so with this, we may have to, again, face some of the resistance that we have to showing up in that purpose, in that energy, or even some of the fears that we have around our vision and that vision coming true. Even if some of those fears are about the conditioning meaning like people being like, that's never going to happen. You can't do that. That's not going to work out for you. Releasing those vibrations. Again, going back to that energetic clearing. Finally, Moon opposite Uranus. Wait, so Uranus is like, hey, if the rest of the day hasn't triggered you, here I am. Poke, 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 poke. Are you liberated yet? Are you evolving yet? Poke, poke, poke. Oh my gosh. So this energy is pretty intense. Now, going back to my energy mantra, finding balance between the above and below. I feel like that's so many levels, you know, like it can be, you know, like the spiritual lessons versus the human lessons. But it also can be head and heart, making sure that we're finding balance and uniting those energies to help support moving through this. Because like I said, we've got this going on for another day or so, you know? So we got to figure out these lessons, and we got to figure out this resistance, because while slow and steady wins the race in regards to getting there and being, these cards are so good, being in that flow, part of the slow and the steady, part of all these lessons is figuring out where we carry our own resistance. And I just feel this energy so strongly supporting us in and through this. But again, it's not an easy process. The Master card right here, not easy. It's like this is going to require mastery out of you and really asking you to show up, level up beyond conditioning. Okay, so I'm going to end that there. You can book a reading with me. Oh, did you hear that? She never says anything. Joe's in the bathroom and she misses him. So she's like, let me in. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. You have the power. And stay curious. Namaste.